Welcome back. John Denver, the theme music of the week here, but we've got Steve Lukather from Toto, who should be the theme music every week. Toto, one of my favorite bands. Steve, welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for the intro. What's up,
You've
man?
you've you've got a brand new album coming out tomorrow, and I can't imagine the excitement you must feel in this age of COVID to
Yeah,
not
well,
only have worked on
certainly
this
giving me-
project,
yes.
but to see it come to fruition.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I did it in 8 days a year ago this month, So I did it right before the COVID lockdown, so we were all able to be in the same room and record together and do it old school, just charts, no demos, no computers, no click tracks, no lock up to anything, just like we're all going to play the solos live, and we'll do a couple of small overdubs, and then I'll overdub the vocal at night. Did a song a day, 8 days, and then we mixed it.
Wow.
And I wanted to go for that live in the studio, and everybody not really quite knowing the song good enough to, like, people were going for stuff. I said, go for it, man. Like, we can always do takes. Just do it. But take two was so good every time. I'm like, it's done. I don't want to do this anymore. We got magic here. I know when, after doing records for 45 years, I know when it's the right take.
What are you most proud of about this project? I listened to it, and I'm gonna divulge my favorite song on the album to you. But first, I want to know what you're most proud of with this record.
I'm proud of the record because it's honest. It's real in an era when everything's on zeros and ones on a computer. Laptop and a pair of tits, instant rock star. I wanted to see if I still had it in me to go like, okay, if I'm a grouchy old man, I better prove myself. I'm being grouchy, being cynically and wink, wink, ha, ha. I'm not serious, but you know what I mean? I said, I want to see if I really got it in me, because I'm not trying to write a hit single so I can be hip with the kids, you know what I mean? I had my moments, when I was younger, great fun. But this was like a dream for me to be able to go, I want to see if we can do this in a digital era. And we did, and I'm very proud of what everybody brought to the table, and it was so much fun to make. I'm going, why did I work so hard on all these records? But overproduction was fun, but I wanted to do minimal, if any.
Steve Lukather, our guest from the band Toto. His new record comes out tomorrow. You can get it in stores, iTunes.com, really anywhere that you find music. It's called I Found the Sun Again. My favorite song is Run to Me. I found myself listening to that one over and over.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Well, that was a birthday present to Ringo for his 80th birthday. All the guys in the All-Stars were going to make him a little video of something or another, do something silly, or write him a song or something like that. So David Paich, Joseph Williams, and I from Toto wrote him a song, and in a very Beatley sort of way, a little ELO and Tom Petty in there for good measure. And I got him to play on it. And then we filmed it at his house, and Joseph filmed me in my backyard with an iPhone, and we just threw it out in July for fun. It's a little departure from the rest of the music on the record, but it's still part of who I am, and I thought, well, God, have Ringo on my record, how cool is that? And we're working on his new record, and I try to stay busy in COVID times,
In typical Toto fashion, this record is stylistically kind of all over the globe, right? I mean, that shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone.
I can't be put in a bag, man. I can't be put in a box. And that's maybe why critics have always hated me, because they can't figure it out. At this point of the game, after 45 years of doing this, I'm doing what I feel like doing as an artist, saying what I want to say to the people that like what I do. It would be silly for me to try to compete in a 20-something market,
Talking with Steve Lukather from Toto. You are planning a tour this year, the Dogs of Oz tour. You got a lineup ready to roll. Now we're kind of in a wait mode, as we have been for almost a year now. What's your feeling about when you're going to get this tour on the road?
Well, we have dates, then we keep moving them, have to postpone them, put them to 2022. Or cancel them. It's been really hard. For all the people, especially the guys that work behind the scenes, they don't have the savings accounts, I want to get people back to work again. I want to get the team back together. Come on, we got another couple seasons left in us. Come on, man. We're horny to play,
No question about it. Well, I hope it can work out for sure.
Well, it will. We'll come back. We'll come back just when,
Your band Toto has had such a run since the 70s, and
Yes.
anytime you're around that long, you're going to have twists and turns, but this band has had probably more than its share. How have you kept it all together for all these years?
I guess I am the only one that's kept it together all these years. I'm the only one that's been in all 15 art incarnations. And that's not an exaggeration, by the way. I don't know, man. I was just believing the music. I think the music is Toto rather than any one individual person. I mean, Paige was the catalyst of this amazing songwriting, played with a great band, we just kind of created this thing that happened, and it's been a joy. It has been through more twists and turns than just about any band, but I want to just make something from the heart, It had to be real.
Well, you've withstood a lot of not only turmoil in your band, but tragedy and pain and everything that goes with having a band together for this long.
Yeah, well, it's like a really long marriage, Sometimes you make it to the end, sometimes you don't. Sometimes part of you stays intact, part of you doesn't. Sometimes people die. And, it's kind of a morbid way to look at it, but, I've always believed in the music, and the music keeps me coming back. And there's another generation of fans now due to the silliness of Africa, but then they find out we got all these other records, and all of our old records are selling, and streaming is mad. It's crazy, almost 3 billion streams. It's like during the lockdown period, went crazy.
Yeah.
We're just like, wow, man, people like us. There's an audience out there for us, and there's dates for us. We got things booked. There's Ringo dates booked. I hope I can do. I want to get back out. I want my life back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can imagine every musician out there kind of feeling the same way about this at this point.
Incredible.
It was nice to have a layoff, maybe, but this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right?
I've tasted retirement. It sucks.
Steve Lukather, our guest from the band Toto. It's interesting to me. You talk about how you've been in all these incarnations of Toto through the years. You've been the constant, and you've also done all these side jobs as a session musician on all these iconic works with Michael Jackson and so many others. I first noticed you in that realm on Don Henley's very first solo album.
Oh, yeah, man, that was so much fun.
Take us back to that time. I'm a big
great.
Don Henley and Eagles fan, so I'm curious about that.
Don is one of the greatest singers ever to stand in front of a microphone, man. I mean, and he also plays great drums, man, And this was his first solo album after the Eagles, and Danny Korchmar invited Jeff Picard and I to come be a part of some of it. It was a great honor, and, from day one, we just had a lot of fun. The music showed it, I got to be on the same record as Joe Walsh and stuff like that, Childhood Hero and stuff. That was the first time we had contact. And, just hearing Don's a real pro, man. He's really hard to please, so you got to play some good stuff around Don. But we got him to laugh. See, man, I guess the Eagles didn't end well back then. This was a long time ago, 1980. Right. So we just had fun in the studio, and we brought that. Me and Jeff brought the silliness in the studio that he had gone away, I guess, at the Eagles sessions. So he kind of dug us for that.
Yeah,
and we were really honored to be there because we were fans. That was the great thing about being a session player. You show up with somebody that you're a fan of, and you get to work on their music. That happened to me daily. I'd be like, wow, I'm in the room with Joni Mitchell, or there's Aretha Franklin. It's like, wow, this is really happening, I'm still a fan.
Why do you think you were such a valued musician for these people, somebody that they sought out to get on their albums?
I have precarious naked photos of everybody in town. Just kidding. I have no idea, man. Right place, right time. I was the right guy. I brought what was needed. I thank God for my blessings and my abundance and my, good fortune. It's really been a great honor to have this wacky career I can't explain it. I don't even know. It's been such a wild ride,
Steve Lukather from Toto. So in a pandemic, do you find yourself making calls to your fellow musicians and spending time on the phone with them or texting them, or what do you do?
I mean, I FaceTime with Ringo a couple times a week, and, I check in with my team, I talk to David Page on FaceTime at like 6 in the morning almost every day. It's a different world now, man. I'm trying to maneuver my way through every day. I feel like one flew over the cuckoo's nest, just walking around the house,
What's that relationship like with David Page after all these years and all that you two guys especially have been through together with Toto? Where are you in that relationship with him?
Well, it's a deep relationship, man. I mean, he was my mentor. He taught me how to make records. He taught me how to write songs. He taught me everything. Him and Jeff taught me everything. And I was a teenager at the time, I got to be around that greatness when I was a teenager. So I realized how good you had to be. And they took a shine to me, man. And I lucked out, and I got to be in their band. And as time went on, and people left Earth, and things changed, I sort of moved more front and center by accident, just because I've been the guy that's been a constant for 15 incarnations. So, and here we go back to square one,
Steve Lukather, our guest from the band Toto. I also really enjoyed, I enjoyed the whole album that's coming out tomorrow, but I really like some of your covers, especially Welcome to the Club. Boy, that had a Joe Walsh feel from the beginning. How did you approach doing that tune in particular?
Well, Joe's been a hero of mine since 1969, James Gang, Your album. First time I ever got stoned when I was 14, I was listening to your album, or no, Rides Again. And then I followed him through his solo career, and his production, his songwriting, the playing, the genius of all the musicians on the record, so I just adore. Now I'm friends with Joe, we've worked on the same records, and Ringo's his brother-in-law, so I see him. He's a really cool guy.
Well, congratulations on a great career that's ongoing. We look forward to seeing Toto back out there and you back out there. Hopefully that will happen soon. The record is called I Found the Sun Again. It's coming out tomorrow. It's available in stores, iTunes.com, Amazon.com, Apple Music, anywhere you get your music. I highly recommend this solo effort from Steve Lukather. Steve, thanks so much for your time. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you very much, man. You have a good day.